Wisconsin and Minnesota underway. Demetrius Douglas, the freshman, back to receive. Quarterback questions for both teams. Who's going to signal call for Minnesota? Olivia Decker. Season, the Gophers have wanted one quarterback and haven't been able to land on one. First throw is a completion for a big hit for the Gophers to Tyler Johnson, their leading receiver. Morgan, incomplete. You see the win percentage. Hornibrook, the best in Wisconsin history so far. And part of that is because of this guy, Jonathan Taylor, right up the seam for a first down run. It took Huff, the safety, to knock him down after 12.
For Wisconsin football, it's kind of a program-wide calling card, and Jonathan Taylor.
Taylor out of the game. Garrett Groshek in as the third down back. Hornibrook goes down the middle and has a completion.
I would think they would prefer not to do that.
Draw. Taylor. Minnesota was on its heels, and a first down. Wisconsin inside the 35. Hornibrook on third down. Fires for a first down inside the 20-yard line.
And this one does as well. Jake Ferguson is the tight end that's a really good route runner and a better blocker.
They go empty with Groshek split out wide on third down. To the end zone. Incomplete. Danny Davis. Gaglianone from 31 for the first points of this Paul Bunyan's Axe game, and it's no good. Gaglianone misses wide. Morgan down the middle. He's gotten a couple of those quick slants. This one to Ottman Bell.
Just playing the football, it's very, very difficult.
Ibrahim broke a tackle and finds his way to the 50-yard line. First down, Minnesota. Morgan, weak side pressure, and he got it off just in time for Tyler Johnson on a first down. Dixon leaves. Scott Nelson actually said this week, the free safety, he's going to try and soak up as much as possible before Dixon leaves. Another slant and another connection.
Coverage off of quarters.
This run goes nowhere. Bryce Williams, freshman out of Sarasota. Third down screen pass will not get them to the marker.
Good mentally for them. They've lost 14 of these in a row, by the way.
Emmett Carpenter bidding for the first points, and he is true. Alex Hornibrook to throw down the middle. He's got himself a first down to the 40, and A.J. Taylor. Big lick by Barber. Second down coming up, Olivia.
You ultimately have to have the experience of playing in one.
Hornibrook, high, and what a climb of the ladder by Kendrick Pryor. The door creaks open for some other teams, possibly into the college football playoff. Hornibrook finds door number one closed. He lost the ball. Question is, did one of his linemen get on top of it, or Groshek maybe?
Otomewa, I believe, was the one that got pressure for Minnesota.
You know what? I think the line
separation on that single high safety man free underneath.
How would you have reacted if your center made you fumble while you were playing quarterback? Nice punt. Morgan, sideline, and this was not caught in time. Incomplete. Herber's backed all the way up. They've had punt blocks to win games in this series. As Dunn gets absolutely mauled, and a flag comes in.
Swallow, and I know Minnesota fans are thinking that right now.
They'll run a reverse. It's not going anywhere. So they get to play together one last time, or maybe more, depending on win or loss. Hornibrook slings it inside the 30. It's a first down. Third down, Wisconsin. Hornibrook intercepted. Tony Durr. That was right into his hands, and he's across the 40-yard line.
A quarterback making up his mind before he actually reads the defense. That was the last place to go with the football, and I think Hornibrook just made a decision early. And Durr got underneath, practice extensively, and we're seeing a little bit of that out of Hornibrook early in this one.
Morgan giving ground off his back foot. Good news, this guy's wide open. Tyler Johnson had nobody near him. A first down, Gophers.
Tyler Johnson makes a great adjustment. He starts to the middle of the field, fills man-to-man coverage.
There's 7 to go in the first half and a 3-0 score. Ibrahim is hit behind the line. Morgan, the freshman. Walls cave in. He's on the roll. Morgan is clipped before he can get to the marker. We'll see if they snap it. They do. Green for a first down, Minnesota inside the 20. Green again out of the Wildcat. Up the middle. And they're only going to give him the 10 on the initial spot.
Going to be seeing a repeat of third down.
Ibrahim, touchdown.
Third down play, Seth Green just essentially ran a power play or a lead play off the right tackle.
Early snap, Hornibrook dropped, flat out dropped by A.J. Taylor, a rough drive.
Out of bounds.
Cal, that was a 59-second 3-and-out. Douglas on the approach. Took a moment to let it settle. Demetrius Douglas for Minnesota. He has goal line on his mind. Touchdown, Gophers.
Well, if Minnesota wants to get the axe back after 14 failed attempts, you have to do stuff like this. Demetrius Douglas does a great job of the punt football, and you're right, this is a great weekend.
They'll run it with Taylor, and he zigzags for a first down. He's been their best offense so far, and it's not close. Broshik, the tailback, clock winding. Hornibrook down the middle. He's got Danny Davis. Ball on the deck. And Wisconsin did get back on it with Ferguson for the Badgers.
Yeah, and Wisconsin is going to call a timeout to try to extend it. But I think Danny Davis might have been down, even though Wisconsin jumped on it anyway. But if Wisconsin wanted to try to get axe, but the fact that Minnesota hasn't won the axe since 2003, they haven't won at Camp Randall since '94.
Minnesota shutting Wisconsin out for the most part without Blake Cashman, the linebacker.
That second half, and they get the football back coming out of halftime.
Very important point. They will see the football first. Down to the ground, a beautiful grab in 11 games. Broshik on the run. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds remaining. 6 seconds. Hornibrook taking his time into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Left. And I think Minnesota defensively.
Tell your guys in the locker room.
Well, I mean, right now you got to go play the game, and you got to play each play, and obviously we got to make some plays, and you want to enjoy the opportunities playing against a very good team.
Both sides of the football.
Taylor, footwork. What a gem he is. He is inside Minnesota territory.
And where there's also attacks is Jonathan Taylor in the second half, and particularly in the fourth quarter. This massive offensive line for Wisconsin, which they should, but didn't execute well.
Hornibrook, Cruikshank. And this is going to be 4th down and 3. What you doing, Kelly Stauffer, in the game? Hornibrook off his back foot. Incomplete. He switches sides here. Minnesota goes with him, and he puts the shoulder down and barrels through the Badgers for a first down.
Ibrahim is set to only be 205 pounds at 5'10", but he's a physical runner. You can see that on tape. He does a great job of finish box to defend the run. And do we have leverage or do we not?
So 7 here as Morgan goes sideline. A lot of contact and a flag comes down. They run. Ibrahim breaks 2 tackles and finds his way to the 5-yard line.
Mentally, that's the right decision here.
Emmett Carpenter from 23. It's good.
Notre Dame offensively.
Crookshank from the 5. No fair catch this time. He's got a seam. Outside to the 28, and the ball came loose down the sideline, and Wisconsin gets on top of it.
Certainly very fortunate for Wisconsin right here. Wisconsin just isn't valuing the football, and that was pretty shoddy ball security there, and Wisconsin was fortunate to get on that one, or that would have been the second huge special teams play by Minnesota. Exactly a team that's built to have explosive plays and come back anyway.
Except for this guy. Jonathan Taylor tripped up by the Camp Randall turf at the 32.
And when you're playing Wisconsin, you always have to keep an eye on the run game effect in the second half.
Ron Dane all coming through here among others, and he is on the verge of 2,000 as Deal comes in for him that time. 3rd and 10. Hornibrook outside the pocket, says go downfield. Tip ball, sideline, intercepted. The defensive side for Minnesota.
And Alex Hornibrook is trying to make a play by extending it, getting out to the left side, and just throws it back inside. The throw wasn't the problem in terms of making the decision to throw it in the first place. It was ball placement. You have to put it on the body of the receiver. That's probably the 6th or 7th time.
Ibrahim. It's been very difficult for Wisconsin to tackle him the first time they touch him. Box. Paulson in motion. Green runs, and he ducks through that line for a first down, Minnesota. Final game in Western Michigan against these Badgers. Morgan, sideline, Johnson, he mistimed his jump, and it's batted away by Wild Goose. 4th down.
Situations tonight.
Carpenter from 42 for a 16-point game. Gaglianone had an early miss for Wisconsin. Carpenter has been very good for Minnesota.
Game currently for Wisconsin.
Remember what he told us earlier this year when we had their first game? He said, I want to be better outside the pocket, and we've just not seen that so far in this game. Groshek is well short. 5 on the play clock. Morgan throws for it. Right at the stick, and a first down to Rashad Bateman, the freshman out of Tift County High School in Georgia. They whittle the play clock down once again. There's Paulson in motion, and they do run it straight ahead. Green for a first down. Redshirt freshman out of the state of Kentucky. Morgan to throw. Down the middle for Johnson, and a first down, Minnesota. For Wisconsin. Ibrahim to the 16-yard line, Olivia. 3rd down, Minnesota. Morgan keeps it and gets cracked. TJ Edwards stood him up. Carpenter to go 4 for 4. And it is no good. So Taylor comes out. Clock moving. Hornibrook couldn't get away. Ball came loose. Who's got it? Minnesota football. Ran for over $130, and now Thomas Barber controls this turnover.
And to me, this game has been much, much more about Minnesota making plays as opposed to Wisconsin not making a whole lot of plays, particularly in the pass game offensively. But that was shoddy pocket presence by Alex Hornibrook on that particular play.
Williams in as the tailback. Williams breaks a tackle. Away he goes. Touchdown, Gophers.
At the wide receiver position in particular.
That's a long throw, and it looked like it was intercepted. Let's see who comes up with the ball. It is Gopher football. picked off by Chris Williamson. Another turnover for a rabid bunch of Gophers.
First down. This is a really nice break by Chris Williamson, but this ball, as you talked about, it's late to the outside, and the ball was left slightly inside. Those are all things that lead to balls outside being intercepted, and that really was quintessential. A young team that's learning how to win in a rivalry game right in front of us. That's how you do it. 15 plays over 9 minutes.
Green, the quarterback, in that Wildcat formation again. And he'll run a lead play for himself, and it looks like he's short. Although the second look at the spot from the far side official.
Hands twice post-game. I was not going to let that lose in the first round.
Williams again. He wants more, and he's got it for 6. Who knew Ibrahim and Williams would be Barber and Maroney?
One of the several dozen, it seems like, front. That looks like a fur ball.
Send your cards and letters to Kelly Stauffer. If you're with Concordia Moorhead or St. Olaf, Groshek will run to the 45-yard line.
In 4, they threw an outside fade route that was badly thrown by their quarterback because the message was, we need to get something on this drive. Go with it. Do you actually escort it clear to the Minnesota sideline, or do you set it kind of gently, subtly behind the goalpost or something?
The axe march around Camp Randall that has not been seen in a decade and a half.
I want to steer clear of what's about to happen off of Minnesota's sideline if you have anything to do with Wisconsin.
Davis falling down, reels in a touchdown.
Throw well thrown by Alex Hornibrook, and a difficult catch made by Danny Davis.
To get Wisconsin back in this game, Hornibrook has a wide open man in the end zone for 2. Minnesota claims Paul Bunyan's axe for the first time in 15 years.